Well, it is early on a Wednesday morning. I'm sitting here in my office in the quiet, listening to the train go by, and just wanted to get on early this morning and encourage you. I woke up really early this morning, and right around the time I put my head on the pillow last night, a hymn lyric came to my mind. And it's an old hymn. I went to my shelf and I pulled one of my old hymn books. This is an Isaac Watts and John Rippon hymn book from 1838. And I went to get that book off one of my shelves when I got to the office this morning, because this lyric just would not leave me last night. It's a hymn that I didn't sing much growing up. And it's one of those hymns that the text of it is a little bit strange. It's an older language, not that that should scare us. But it speaks of God in such a way that we don't often sing about, especially with relation to God and the mystery of God and the sovereignty of God and the way God acts, that sometimes doesn't click with the way we think. I want to share this lyric with you. I'm going to read a couple of the stanzas. There's 6 stanzas. We have 3 or 4 of them in many of our hymn books. I'm going to pull my computer close here and see who's even up this early. But if you're not watching it live, you can come back and watch it in a little while. Anyway, the hymn is God Moves in a Mysterious Way. Isaac Watts and William Cowper, spelled Cowper, but it's pronounced Cooper, were close friends. And Watts, of course, is considered to be the father of English hymnody. But Cooper, who endured more than his fair share of trouble and physical infirmity and mental issues throughout his life, penned wonderful and scores of hymn texts. We know this hymn as God Moves in a Mysterious Way, but Cooper titles it as The Mysteries of Providence. Songs about the providence of God. We don't have many of those. Anyway, I want to read a couple of stanzas of this, and maybe you'll find some encouragement from this today. God moves in a mysterious way, His wonders to perform. He plants His footsteps in the sea and rides upon the storm. Deep and unfathomable minds of never-failing skill, He treasures up His bright designs and works His sovereign will. And this is the one that made me get out of bed last night. I'm going to read this one just a couple of times because I think it's worth us thinking about. Ye fearful saints, fresh courage take. The clouds ye so much dread are big with mercy and shall break in blessings on your head. Let me read that one more time. Ye fearful saints, fresh courage take. The clouds ye so much dread are big with mercy and shall break in blessings on your head. Those are powerful words, aren't they? There's a lot of fear right now. But Cooper, who had more than enough reasons in his own life to fear, in his words now, 280 plus years later, 180 plus years later, bad math, early in the morning, his words still ring true. Ye fearful saints, fresh courage take, the clouds you so much dread. Even though the sun came out yesterday here in Gilmer, Texas, maybe we did where you are too, the sun gave us a ray of hope amidst all of the fear that's surrounding the coronavirus and COVID-19. But even the clouds that shroud over this crazy, unprecedented time that we're going through right now, the clouds that are above us are big with mercy. Scripture reminds us God's mercies are new every morning and His faithfulness is great. But the clouds above us are big with God's mercy. He sits enthroned above it all. The clouds are big with mercy and will break in blessings on our head. I hope you take time today to see God's mercy, to see His faithfulness, to see that God is waiting to shower us with His mercy. But in our fear and in our worry is hard to deal with. Jesus talked about it a lot. But God is waiting to shower us with His mercy, even in the midst of storms we don't understand. Take comfort in that. God still is God. God is good. And He sits enthroned over all this mess. Hope you have a great Wednesday.